can start.
Hello everyone, myself Druvita Dhamelia. Today I am going to talk about the power of originality, navigating the ethics of plagiarism. Objective of this presentation is to understand the concept of plagiarism in research, understand the appreciate the different types and forms of plagiarism, various reasons why students plagiarize, understand the consequences of plagiarism, what to do so as to avoid plagiarism, the different software used in detecting plagiarism and how to use them. Introduction. According to Gert Hallenson, plagiarism is an ethical issue of considerable practical impact affecting the educational system and research worldwide, but also influencing art, music, and literature. The academic discussion on plagiarism is in a basic education mainly concern its frequency and explanation and potential countermeasure. It is true that we have to look beyond through the shoulder of a giant and we have to through the lens of the researcher which already had made, but that doesn't mean that we have to use entire source whatever given by them without citing them. Many There is many definition of plagiarism and I choose four of them. According to Merriam-Webster dictionary, plagiarize or plagiarism comes from the Latin word plagiaris, which means kidnapper. This word derived from a Latin plaga, a net used by hunters to catch game, and Latin word include the more meaning in that a person who stole the words rather than the thing or children. Merriam Online Dictionary explained plagiarism as a plagiarism means to steal and pass off the idea or words of another as one's own, use another production without crediting the source, or to commit literally theft. Present as a new and original an idea or product derived from an existing source. According to Cambridge Dictionary, the process or a practice of using another person's idea or work and pretending that it's our own. The Office of Research Integrity defines plagiarism as it can be viewed as a stealing of another person's idea, method, result, or words without giving proper attribution, being a theft or misappropriation of intellectual property and the substantial unattributed textual copy of another works. Important components in this definition, we find that anytime you hand in something or claim that it is your own, it must be your own idea. Otherwise, you must cite it. Any content you did not create yourself, there must be citation at the end of this work. The definition or the idea I find from the MLA book, which is that plagiarism involves two kinds of wrongs: using another person's idea, information, or expression without acknowledging the person's work, or intellectual theft. Passing, and second thing, the passing of another person's idea by claiming that it's our own or not giving the credit to the person. Five types of There are many types, but I find five types in the Ish Kumar Dhammi's article, that copying and pasting plagiarism. When you copy entire article or the journal of somebody and paste in your own work and claim that it's our own, that called copy and pasting plagiarism. Word switch plagiarism, in which you slightly change the word and make rest it is as it is. Style plagiarism, in which you follow the style which followed by some author and change your one words and idea, but the style is the same, then it calls style plagiarism. Metaphor plagiarism, the some poets and some writer use metaphor for their uniqueness. Then when you use some metaphor of some writer, then it called metaphor plagiarism. Idea plagiarism, when you stole someone idea and change the word and the writing style, but the idea is similar, that is it called a idea plagiarism. And when you are searching for some work and got idea and then you interpret it in your words, then also it called idea plagiarism. Forms of plagiarism, according to Deepak Juyal, there is a four forms of plagiarism. Blatant plagiarism, in which an act in which author tries to deceive the teacher reader either for a grade or a claim into believing that he or she is totally responsible for the content. Technical plagiarism, when author is not trying to cheat or deceive the reader but fails to follow the accepted method of using and revealing sources. Patchwork plagiarism, taking notes portion from several sources and combine them and put it into one article. You use many site and then put it several thing in one site and claim that it your own, that it called patchwork plagiarism. Self plagiarism, when you are writing your own article, but when you publish it again and again in different or many journal or presentation, or use it several times, that it called self plagiarism. Plagiarism happens, but why? There are many reasons that plagiarism happen. Lack of knowledge about plagiarism, accidentally copying a work, forgetting to cite a source, desire to excel among peers, a false belief that no one will catch them, no interest in academic work and just taking that as an assignment, using shortcut in form of self-plagiarism, fear of failing. How to avoid plagiarism? There are many reasons that people make plagiarism accidentally or unintentionally or intentionally, but there are several ways through that we can avoid it. Direct quotation, when you use quotation of the author, then you can use quotation mark and cite the authors according to, or in author's view, something using word like this. Paraphrasing, when you read some article or summarize it, use paraphrasing, not entire thought or idea, but some thought and idea which you put in a paraphrasing and claim that and give credit at the end of the article. Use plagiarism checker, there are several software which help student to check the plagiarism, so you can use this and get to know that your work is plagiarized or what. There are many tools, but I take for Urkund, which helps to identify the which how much percentage your work is present plagiarized. Authenticate, turn it in, and Grammarly. These four are the famous one which help. There are many, but these four are more used by the people. When I ask ChatGPT to how to avoid plagiarism, it is give an answer which I already use in my slide, but it give a common answer and general point of view, which I find it many sites. It is not in any journal or article, but the site use this information, and it is not from one site. There are, I found different sites which is from the line is different from the every site. When I ask for online tools, they give six tool which is actually help us in check the plagiarism, and I use in three of previously in my slide, and these last four are also help the people to use check the plagiarism. Work cited. Thank you.
Will you throw more light on blatant plagiarism you have mentioned in your time?
In this kind of plagiarism, where you use author's entire idea, words, or a style also. In this kind of plagiarism, where you use everything with which given by the author or any article or journal, and claim that it's your own.
So, Rohita, my question is, as you have mentioned four tools about check the plagiarism. So, which tool have you used? Like, how many tools you used?
No, I don't didn't use any tool, as it demand for paid version. It is demanding for paid version. If we are Grammarly, I don't know, but the first three is for paid version. So I didn't use anyone.
No, some of the papers I have done under Urkund. No? When you send, have you seen whose papers is it? PP Savani, 3, 4 papers. So that also you can see how Urkund is doing that. So that analysis everybody can do. Whose papers were there? 1, 2, 3, 4. No? So you can share that how that plagiarism software, that tool, has checked originality. It is known as originality checker. So plagiarism is a rather negative term. So people use the word originality checking. How much percentage of original writing is there? That way they try to tell that. So that you can use here. I will try to see if I can get anything from Google Classroom. They also have one tool, but it is limited to 3-4 entries only right now. This. So, but that experience can be shared when you talk about tools to check plagiarism. That also is paid, but made available to research supervisors of the university, right, to use it free of cost.
So some tools provides us free analyze lectures, but to give report for the particular research in the PTSC,